What's up guys, it's Vesp here from skillup.gg. Today I wanted to do the very first video that I am doing since the launch of the division. I thought long and hard about what this video would be because obviously, you know, some of my videos have been fairly popular now, which has been really fantastic. So thank you for the support. And I thought, oh, what should I do? Should I do like a leveling guide? Should I do cosmetics? Should I do, you know, loadout guides, whatever else? And all that stuff's coming, to be honest with you. But I guess the very first video that I wanted to make is just to say thank you to the people that were responsible for creating what I believe is a really, really magnificent game. Now, obviously, the strength of a game like this is determined by its endgame, and that's not lost on me, but having now completed the game and spent just a few hours in the endgame, I really feel like I have a pretty strong grip on what this overall experience is, and certainly what it has been for the last 30 levels. So I feel ready to offer up my thoughts on what it is to anyone that is maybe considering buying the game, or already has the game and is just interested to hear different perspectives on it. So if you have a look at Steam at the moment, you'll see that there's a tremendous amount of negative reviews on there for a whole bunch of reasons, and I'm not going to comment on those. I mean, people like and dislike a game for whatever reason, and while I may not personally agree with that, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I guess I wanted to try and put my voice out there as a member of this community and as someone that's really passionately sort of watched the game grow, and as someone that's sort of come to know some of the people behind it as well in the last little while. And I really just wanted to put my voice out there and just say, look, you know, thank you for this incredible work. And there was a real moment in the game that really stuck out for me where I felt like it would be appropriate for me to do that. So here we are in this random room. I don't know where this room is. I can't tell you where it is. I don't remember now. I just remember filming it. It's upstairs in a weird office building. You get to the top of it and you find this place. There's nothing here except for the trace of an agent, or I don't even think it's a trace of an agent. I think it's just like a random recording of something, yeah? So there's nothing in this room. There's no reason why this room exists in the game other than to house this one collectible item. But holy shit, look at this room. I mean, it's just beautiful. And someone at Massive or wherever, you know, spent a huge amount of time working in the Snowdrop engine, pulling out the assets, clicking them all together, crafting this room with a tremendous amount of love and care to make it look like this awesome rooftop bar in New York City that I would love to hang out at if I was ever in New York and ever managed to find a bar like this. And I think it really is just, for me, it really stuck out as a moment where I'm like, yeah, there's been a tremendous amount of work that's gone into this game. And I think it really shows. And I really do think that this game is a triumph. And I know that's probably, a lot of people aren't going to agree with that, but I really do think that this game is a triumph. I mean, visually, there's been a huge amount made of the graphical downgrades versus E3, and yeah, sure, I get both sides of that story, but I don't think it takes away from the fact that this is probably the best looking game ever made. And it's not just how good looking it is, it's how those environments themselves, they're actually real. Every component of those is individually rendered. When I shoot something, you know, it breaks, and not the whole thing, but you know, the specific part of it that you expect to break would break. So the visual design that's gone into this is not just visual, it's also almost kinesthetic, you know, the way the world feels. It just feels incredible. It looks and feels incredibly real. And I've never experienced anything close to that in any other game that I've played. Even a Bethesda game, you know, where you can pick up a whole bunch of stuff and move it around, and that's fine. But it just still does not feel as organic and realistic as the world here. I think the soundscape is really beautiful. You know, the ambient sounds that you hear through New York City, the sound of the guns over the wall in the dark zone, the music and the way it works and the way it builds tension, especially during the missions. All of those things I think are fantastic, and I think that the sound guys have really done a superb job as well. From a game design perspective, I get why this is not everyone's cup of tea, but it's absolutely my cup of tea. You know, I was raised on Blizzard games, like Diablo, like World of Warcraft. I absolutely love Destiny, you know, even to this day. It breaks my heart many days, but I still love it because of just how good and how right it feels. And to see so many components of those games that I love sort of smashed into one game like The Division has just been so fantastic. And you know, I loved the grind to 30. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was really well paced. I thought it was brilliant. I really thought they couldn't have done a much better job with the 0 to 30 leveling experience. It was just great. And some of the missions were really standout. I remember Grand Central, where you're going up this narrow gauntlet and the LMB are staring you down with snipers that one-shot you, and it was just awesome. You know, the level design in this game, I just think, is some of the best I've ever seen. The way that they managed to so effortlessly build these organic environments that work so well in terms of both realism and visual appealingness, not a word, but also like actual level designs where there is enough cover for you to do your thing and enough options with where you can move. You know, I never felt at any point like the environments were not giving me the tools that I needed to play well and to be strategic. And that I think is a huge achievement in and of itself, especially in the constructs of, or in the constraints of a realistic real world environment, you know, where it needed to look real and feel real as you were doing all of that. Yeah, the weapons, I love the weapons. They feel fantastic. I was very skeptical about how it would feel to play a third-person shooter. Some of those fears were allayed during the betas, but certainly those fears have been dashed now that I'm in the live game and I've got my hands on a whole variety of weapons. They feel awesome. They feel so distinctive. They feel, they definitely require the right sort of thumb skill or mouse skill. They have just a great amount of feedback, and they're just awesome, you know. So well done to the weapons team for the work that they've done there. They really are superb. Now, obviously, this game is not perfect. No game is perfect. But the purpose of this video is not to give you some kind of review, pros and cons list, etc., etc. There are going to be lots of places that will do that for you, and they're probably going to do a better job of it than I would. The purpose of this video is really just to offer my thoughts walking out of this, and overwhelmingly those thoughts are really positive, and that's what I wanted to share with you today. The sort of my positive reflections on what I think this game is, and how I've experienced it over the last 30 levels. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's just a really remarkable achievement that this level of polish has gone into a game as ambitious as this, that looks as good as this, that plays as well as this, that is as large as this. We're talking 30 hours or so it took me roughly to get to the end game. I mean, I took my time, but 30 hours of play just for the early game. So much has been sort of achieved in this one little package. And, it does make me sad to hear people, refund the game after the first, 1 hour and 50 minutes. Again, that's totally their right. But I'm certain that if the vast majority of those people had stuck with the game, that many of them would have seen what I've seen, which is something that is really, really stand out, and a tremendous effort and accomplishment, and, as I said, triumph from everyone that's been involved, from all of the developers. It's not just Massive, it's not just Ubisoft. There was also Reflections and Redstorm. All of them did just a fantastic job. So congratulations, guys. You should be super proud of what you've done. And I really believe that the overall gaming community will come to recognize the strength of your achievement in time. So yeah, hats off to you guys. Thank you very much. I can't wait to get back into the game and max out my gear. I can't wait for the DLC path that you have very generously laid out for us for the next year. And yeah, I can't wait to be playing with everyone here on this channel. I really hope that we get the chance to play together in the Dark Zone. You can find me on Uplay. My details in the description below. Please add me. Let's get some games in together, and let's just sort of enjoy this game, because it is definitely very enjoyable. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Take good care, and see you in the Dark Zone. Bye bye.